All righty. A little technical difficulties. It is Sunday-ish, about 7:30. It's not Sunday-ish. It is Sunday, 7:30-ish. And once again, been away for a while, but we are back. It is time for another edition live in the Man Cave. I am Coach Barnes, and as you can see, right now I'm flying solo. Sure, at least one or two of my co-hosts will be in shortly, but the show must go on. Show must go on. So appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. Appreciate you all tuning in. We do not take it for granted. We do appreciate it. Please make sure that you continue to tap in with us as we continue to be your number one source for Polk County High School basketball. Excited for the show tonight. We have the alumni tournament coming up in less than 3 weeks now. And so tonight we will be releasing the brackets for the men and the women's. Also, we'll be announcing the guys, the young men that we are inviting for this year's showcase. And once again, remember it's an invite, so they have to accept the invitation. But we're gonna do that first, and then we'll talk women's bracket of the alumni, and then we'll talk men's bracket of the alumni, and kind of go from there. All right. So give me a second because I don't have one of my co-hosts told me to wait a minute, so I'll go ahead and wait a minute. While we're doing it, I'll go ahead and give a shout out to a couple of young men who have been really picking up some offers, picking up some steam. Santa Fe 2025 guard Tate Darner. Unless you've been under a rock, Tate Darner has really taken advantage of the summer session as far as ball goes, as far as on the circuit with his circuit team, as far as with Santa Fe with his high school team. And he went up to Georgia last weekend and did the same thing that he's been doing, in Florida and Polk County. Picked up a couple offers, well deserved, from Boston University and USC Upstate. So congrats to Tate for his most recent offers. Sure, more to come. And the other young man who's picked up a whole lot of offers that a lot of people may not realize or know about is Excel 2025 guard William Medina. And William Medina has been picking up almost one or two offers like almost daily. And so most recent, he got some from St. Thomas University, from Charleston State. I know I'm missing some because it's like every day he's getting some. So he probably, most people don't know, probably got the most offers of anybody right now, basketball related, going into 2025. So shout out to those two young men for their recognition of their work. And want to say what's up to All State Coach. What's going on with you, sir? Happy Sunday.
What's up, Coach? Man, got a little hangover
Hey,
from vacation. That's all.
international brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got to get out there and do it, man. So we glad that you were able to unplug and recharge, get ready, because in a couple of weeks they on the way back. They're getting off the bus. They're getting out the cars.
Full go, Coach. Full go.
Like
They're not keeping the best at home either.
they're not keeping the best at home. That's what Dr. Right say. They send their best to you now. They don't leave nobody at the house, so you got to take care of them babies because that's what we signed up to do, right?
Yes, sir.
Coach, I don't know if you got anything in your corner. If you do, you got it. If not, we will proceed.
No, Coach. I just want to just reemphasize to the coaches, like at this time, man, make sure they take care of themselves mentally and physically. Get away for a little bit, take recharge. Also, lock in with your families. Get that family time in. Because, like you said, in a couple weeks, we're gonna be back at school, and then everybody gonna be back in the gym. With open gyms and get ready for fall leagues and weekend deals. So please take care of yourself mentally and physically, because it wears on you. It wears on you.
Wears on you, Coach. So, Coach, I got a question for you. PG is asking. He got another event. If he say he may try to tap in. If he does, great. If not, we know he is here in spirit, if not physically. So, Coach, when did you know as a coach that you was actually good at this coaching thing? When did the light, how we talk about the light turn on for kids? When did the light turn on for you as a coach that you know what, I actually I ain't bad at this?
Coach, it probably turned on when I started coaching girls basketball. Um, Everybody know my work at Lakewell. That's probably what I'm most notable for. And I was so blinded and so humble, coach. I was so focused on my kids and my program. I really didn't think I was a great coach or anything. I was just really focused on my kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know it's really tough to coach in your hometown because it's added pressure. You know what I'm saying? People know you. Then you think, because you from there that you get like some grace because you'll get no grace coaching in your hometown. I'm telling you. It was like the people that I'd known, they was tougher on me, from the jump. And I'm not gonna lie, I use it as motivation just to like try to prove people wrong. I think that was my biggest driving factor when I was at Lake Wells. But like once I figured out that I can coach, it's probably when I started coaching girls basketball and really got into when I was on the EYBL circuit. Because somebody told me like, hey, you can't, pressure people on the EYBL circuit. You know what I'm saying? You can't, that style of play, it's not gonna work. It's like, okay. Or you're not gonna get, those high major kids to buy into, that type of basketball. And once I got those high major kids to buy in, once I was able to press people on the EYBL circuit, and then coaching girls, I had to, when you coaching on the girl side, a lot of times coaching boys, athleticism can make up for what you lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, coach, you got to run sets, you got to be skilled. You really got to be a great coach to be successful on the girl side because you really got to be efficient. You got to execute, and your game planning is got to be through the roof. And I think that's when more so I started to realize that I can coach a little bit. And coach, I never give myself credit for it. It's more of a gift from God. You know what I'm saying? And God said if you don't use those gifts, He's gonna take it away from you. So therefore, I'm blessed with that gift. And you probably hardly ever hear me talk about it. You'll probably hear it from my peers and colleagues more so than you will hear it from me. But I enjoy it. That's like my peace, my you know, one of the places that I'm actually myself is inside that gym and coaching young people, coach.
Okay. I just thought about that. I mean, if I had to say my aha moment in from basketball, it wouldn't not have been high school. It would have been like travel ball. It was like
Yeah.
back in the day when YBOA was actually like
Mm-hmm.
competitive before it got watered down. I remember I had, I guess we were 16. We were 16 and under. And the team I started with, I didn't end with. By the time we got to the state tournament, and it was down in Fort Pierce, Stewart, that area. Okay, yeah, I was down to 7 people, 7 guys, and they were all guards. I think the tallest guy we had was like 6'1", and he was 6'1", 6'2", like 150. So he was a guard, but he was playing center. Like Chad Dempsey. I had 7 guys on that team. I had Kenny Davis, Charles Rohr, Adrian Durr, um, uh, Kenny Davis, Jermaine Goodman. Dang, who else? I'm missing somebody. Because if I don't say them all, I'm going to get in trouble. Kenny, Jermaine, Kevis, Charles, Adrian. Chad, and Brett. That was a 7.
Mhm.
Coach, we end up winning the state championship with 7 guys, Coach. And I remember in the semifinal, we played a team from South, from like Fort Lauderdale or something. They had like 3, 4, 6, 4, 6, 5 guys, and they had been number one all year. They hadn't lost all year. And so when we walked in the gym, it's like they've been the draggers essentially. But kind of to your point, Coach, we did what we could do, which was press people. We was faster than people, and we could shoot the ball. And we pressed them people and beat them people to death. And I think that when that happened, won a state that probably nobody had us winning with the team we came in with. I was like, dang, this might be something, you know. But we always talk about when the light turns on for the kids, but we never talk about when it turns on for the grown-ups. We never do.
Yeah, and like I said, it's really something I never really thought about because I be so focused on the young people. You
And
know
that's
what I'm saying?
and if you're doing it right, that's what it's supposed to be, right? If you're doing
Yeah.
it the right way. So well, segueing into the young people, we're gonna go ahead and mention, and we'll post this on the page tomorrow. We did 30, 29 young men from the summer league, and we also are inviting one young man who didn't fin the summer league that we just feel like, if he accepts, we want to give him a chance to kind of showcase his talent in front of family and friends here in a couple of days, a couple of weeks. So we just gonna run down the names on the show right now, and then, like I said, we'll post it on the page tomorrow. So, and what we decided to do this year is just kind of a different twist. It's not just keep it 2025 kids. We want to make sure and showcase all the kids. So you'll see it'll be some kids on here from 2028 on up to 2025. So this is kind of us, Polk Hoops. There's also kind of some coaches that we kind of reached out to. So it's very well represented as far as who we invited based off of their performance in the summer league for the showcase. That'll be Saturday, and we'll kind of go over the schedule here shortly. But it'll be Saturday kind of early evening. But aforementioned Tate Darn from Santa Fe, Darius Livingston from Discovery, Eric Daly from Winter Haven, Toby Lane from Santa Fe, Troy Boswell from Winter Haven, Shenard Clower, also known as Scooter from Lakeland, Quentin Wilson from Victory, Thok Gall from Victory, Tucker Fox from Victory, Jeremy Nixon Discovery, Trey Jackson Winter Haven, Messiah Borders Bartow, William Medina Excel, Darion Willis, Blake Gibson, Josiah Battle Bartow, Jacqueline Crosley Bartow, Jordan Gunner Discovery, Cam Cottingham Jenkins, Alshon Hagens Lakeland, Gabe LeGrand Lake Wells, Derek Ramirez Arbandale, Amari Ellis Davenport, Jaden McCoy Lake Region, Tariq Kennedy Ridge, MJ McCullough Victory, Kai Hodges Mulberry. Also, shout out to Kai Hodges. I saw what he committed recently. Can't think of the school that I know we posted it, but Kai Hodges from Mulberry did pick up a commitment. So congrats to him. Jameer Wallace from Bartow, Shakai Richards from Davenport, Jules Bermudez from Davenport, and David Allen from Sebring. Because Sebring is part of us before everybody say anything. So we will formally invite them on the show, but we'll put it on the page tomorrow, and hopefully, send a list of their coaches as well. And obviously, we're inviting you, and we would love for you to come showcase your talents. But we also understand if you have the option to accept or turn it down. But that's who we felt deserving of the summer league based off their performance to come and showcase here in a couple of weeks. Coach, any thoughts on the list?
Coach, I think it's a great list. I think it's well represented from all corners of the county. You know, it's no knock to if you didn't make it. And it's a possibility that we still could invite people according to who accepts and who not accept. You know what I'm saying? But what we do need is communication from the coaches and these players. If you're willing to come out and showcase your skills on this particular day. If you're not, and that's fine, just let us know. so we can invite other kids that we had discussion about, that we was considering inviting also.
Because the reality is we had more than this amount was deserving, so we had to kind of cut it off. So it's no hard feelings if you decide you can't do it. It's a conflict, whatever. Like I said, there are more well deserving guys, like Coach just said, kids that we just want to give you a chance, even though we know we're showcasing alumni, we're showcasing the goats and that kind of thing. We want to give you a chance, it's people to see what the future look like also. It went pretty well last year, so we're excited about it again this year. So congrats to those young men. Like I said, we'll post it tomorrow and kind of go from there. All right. So now we are finally here for what we are here for. So in what today is the 7th, and 19 days, we will kick off the alumni tournament, second annual. We'll kick off the Polk County basketball family reunion, whatever you want to put on it. And we're gonna start. Last year we had 8 teams total. Did it for one day on a Saturday at Polk State College. Once again, all roads lead to Polk State again this year, but we expanded it. You all talk, we listened. Never let it be said that we did not listen. So the ladies said they wanted in, and so we have added the ladies. Now, because it's a double elimination tournament, you have to be beat twice in order to be out of the tournament. Now we choose to look at things half full. So we have 3 lady teams that will be competing, and kind of how they do the on the NCAA on the selection show. We tell you the seed. So the number 1 overall seed, and based on the fact that we to make it balance out, the number 1 seed will get a bye, first round bye, and that is the LBD Blue Squad, which this is not what we are calling the LBD Blue Squad. This is what they've been calling themselves. These are the aunties. This is the auntie squad. It's the Blue Squad. Let me make sure I'm clear with that. That's not anything that Polk Hoops has coined the ladies as. So they will get the bye. And so on Friday night at 6:40, it will be the LBD Gold, which has been considered the babies. They will take on the Bartow ladies. So that'll be the Friday night game. So Bartow and like LBD Gold. So that will be, once again, we will post a full schedule on the page tomorrow. But so that means that the winner of that first game will play LBD Blue on Saturday, and the game time says 10:40. It'll be and then the losers will play each other later on that day. The winner of that game will play the winner of the other game on Sunday for the championship. So we got LB, and I'll be quiet, Coach, in a minute. We got LBD Blue, we have LBD Gold, and we have Bartow. And Coach, since you just talked extensively of your experience and your expertise on the girl side, see Coach Pruitt kind of lobbing one over the plate for you. What's your initial take on the on the women's or the ladies bracket? We know they're not girls; they all grown. So, what's your take?
Well, I'm excited about it, Coach. Like you said, we listened. We gave them an opportunity. Hopefully, we can continue to grow it from here. I don't know how that squad got the number 1 seed. I'm kind of biased in this, but I tip my hat off to those ladies because they are the ones that really got it started when you start talking about championships in Winter Haven as far as the girls go. So I definitely, they the ones laid the foundation. They are most deserving. I did talk to Diamond, and I've seen the squad that she has lined up, and Coach, they are loaded with girls that are still playing. Either they just finished playing at the collegiate level, or they're playing pro right now.
I will say, Coach, she emailed the roster for verification. I saw it yesterday morning, and all I can say was sheesh.
Coach. But like I said, I'm biased with that group. That's my group, and I like them to win it. But Coach, I'm so excited just to see I think Bartow is this. They got some players too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be good to see them get in there and mix it up, and hopefully, it builds excitement so we can get the other cities and other high schools involved. In the years to come. So it got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, this builds the excitement for the girls' side.
And I think that you said it perfectly. I think that it has to start somewhere, and I think it's kind of one of the Missouri things on the ladies' side. You got to show us, we even though we talked about it, you got to show us that it's going to happen. And so I think the fact that it's happening because the narrative for a long time, fair, accurate, whatever, is that it's only Winter Haven girls basketball. And we know that although Winter Haven resume and tradition and history speak for itself, there are some other people that the other young ladies, other schools that play good basketball too. So hopefully it'll be more than Bartow that steps up moving forward, because we would love, like I said, we love to see you because it's about showcasing. And so that's how the girls bracket or ladies bracket or women's bracket will line up. So that first women's game for you all that want to see that squad that coach is talking about. I know Bartow feeling like nobody talking about us, but it's LBD Gold versus Bartow. It'll be 6:40. It'll be the third game on Friday.
Yeah, but I haven't seen Bartow complete roster, but I know with Zy Lewis and Tay Sanders, I've seen them play and they can go. I don't know who else that they got that are playing, but like I said, Bartow is gonna come to play. They're not gonna lay down. I mean, they've had ballers and with the kids that are playing, they were in the playoffs every year. So, like I said, I just wish it was just more because I know Haines City had some great teams. Lake Gibson had some good teams back in the early 2000s. So, like I said, we just want to build excitement from here, and hopefully more people participate next year.
Okay. And Mr. Ryder, we see Bartow's number one fan. Mr. Ryder said he watching, so we don't, no disrespect to the Bartow ladies. And Coach Brooks up in Hinesville, man, how we doing, sir? It's gonna be great to see you, man. You can come hang out with us for the weekend, man, and get some of that good energy, man. So good, appreciate you tapping in. All right, so well, TNT, they got a standing invitation, Coach Pruitt. It's on them whether they decide to do it or not. But they really it was worked out great last year. But that was just one day, a whole weekend. That's a different conversation. So for the ladies, we are going to use the summer league rules. So we're not going to use the big three rules with them, but so kind of how summer league goes, because we want to make sure, so there's less teams, we want to make sure they get full games. All right. So now we move on to the men's side. So we will release the top 4 seeds first, and the top 4 seeds will all receive a bye. If we receive a first round bye, and we're very excited on the men's side as well. Last year we had 8 teams that competed. This year we're up to 12. Unfortunately, if you hadn't heard, Frostproof had to drop out. They had some personnel concerns. And boy, some of y'all tough, man. We post a thing, the people wanted to make it work, couldn't make it work, and man, people started getting they couldn't even get through one practice. They old people, it was tough, man. But Frost got the representative for Frostproof was very upset about it. He didn't want to back out, but he just didn't have enough guys. But he's hopeful and hopeful that they'll have enough next year to stay in. So we went from 13 to 12. So without further ado, the number 1 overall seed is last year's champ, the defending champs. You know that even though there's 2 of the teams now, but the team that won last year, the Lake Wales Highlanders, is the number 1 overall seed. They will receive a bye. And then next up, the number 2 overall seed is the Kathleen Red Devils, who lost in the championship game to said Lake Wales team. They will also receive a bye. The number 3 seed will be the Bartow Yellow Jackets, Mr. Riley's own. And the number 4 seed from last year, for this year, will be the Haines City Hornets. So the top 4 seeds will all get first-round byes. That is Lake Wells, Kathleen, Bartow, and Haines City. Coach, any thoughts on the top 4 seeds?
No, Coach. I think by last year's play, those are the most deserving for those 4 seeds. Regardless, it's going to figure itself out. It's double elimination. You got to line it up. Lace the shoes up to play. The thing is, the big change is that we went from 10 years to 5 years, which I think is going to give people more legs as far as youth goes. And I think that's going to be a major factor in this year's tournament.
Coach, some true Eagle, Coach Davis. We look at last year's performance that kind of went into this year's seedings, and if you remember, those 4 teams were the last 4. Those 4 teams made it to the semifinals and the finals. So based off of that, that's how we determined the top 4 seeds. All right. So we know when we post it tomorrow, it definitely will be some people that, like you, Coach Davis, that probably won't agree with it, and that's fine. We aim for the best consistency possible, the best possible outcome. But we understand that sometimes that helps us, and sometimes it doesn't. So the lineup for Friday night. First game will start at 5 p.m. It will be the Fort Meade Miners versus the George Jenkins Eagles. So once again, off the gate, we got Fort Meade versus BD with the home cooking.
Nobody listening to Mike. Our work speak for itself, sir.
Fort Meade versus Jenkins will start us off. And then that next game 2 for the boys for that night, will be a new team or team this year that entered in. That's kind of, a lot of people think they might be a little bit of a sleeper, dark horse. The Lake Region Thunder. They will take on the Lakeland Dreadnoughts. So Lake Region versus Lakeland in that second game on Friday night. And then the next game, the third game for the night, will be the first ladies game. It will be once again the LBD Gold versus the Bartow Yellow Jackets. So LBD Gold versus the Bartow Yellow Jackets. Game 4 for that night, we will have the Haines City 2002 squad, the state champs, versus the Lake Wells 2014 squad. Once again, Haines City 2002 versus Lake Wells 2014. And the last game of the night, we will have the Winter Haven Blue Devils versus the Arbondale Bloodhounds. Once again, game 1, Friday night, Fort Meade versus Jenkins. Game 2, Lake Region versus Lakeland. Game 3, LBD Gold versus Bartow Ladies. Game 4, Haines City 2002 versus Lake Wells 2014. And the nightcap, Winter Haven versus Arbondale. What are your thoughts, Coach?
That Winter Haven Arbondale game, Coach. Well, there's a lot of talking going on right now. Man, I hope people in the gym getting in shape. Boy, it's a lot of stuff people got to back up. It's some talking between the Bloodhounds and the Blue Devils, Coach.
Coach Turner, we got to give the people what they want, man.
Coach, it got to be the nightcap. Y'all the highlight game that night.
Come on, man. And Coach Pruitt, we going. It's the main court. All games on the main court. We're not having the court. We decided that last year. People was in there. People was having a good time, and the guys was enjoying being on the main court. So we gonna run the whole thing on the main court. Ladies and gentlemen both get the main court. So no hat, no full, no side courts. So I mean, I've seen Winter Haven's roster. They sent it. I've seen Arbondale's roster, and I will say both teams have significantly upgraded from last year. Both teams. So and I'm just so excited for the rosters coach, like the talent that's going to be in the gym on both sides. Like this is going to be exciting. So that's Friday. So what we'll do is based off of Friday's winners, you know, kind of it's a double elimination. You win, you kind of move on. You lose, you go lose a practice. So we can't really say who's going to play who after game 8, and then it kind of goes different directions. But the Haines City 02 Lake Wells 14 winner, the winner will take on Haines City. The Lake Region Lakeland winner will take on Bartow. The Fort Meade Jenkins winner will take on Lake Wells. And the Winter Haven Arbondale winner will take on Kathleen. So that is the bracket as it relates to right now before any games are played. PJ, man, PJ said we ain't right, coach. Hey, man, I just, you know, it's gonna be Coach Pruitt. We just try to in the selection committee, you know, it's a lot of variables that go into the process. So we just trying to make sure that we are giving the people what they want on the court and in the stands, because at the end of the day, we do this for y'all, right? We do this for y'all. We don't do this for us. We just happen to be able to be the beneficiaries of it. Give us a dog fight. But this the thing though, Coach Turner, based off of PJ, I don't know, I guess you ain't Coach Turner, you playing. Everybody upgraded. So ain't no like on paper now, ain't no gimmicks like it was last year. You know, it was a couple of them. It was a couple of, you know, it was some gift wrap in there. It was some homecomings in there. But it looked like I can't check it right now, Coach Pruitt. I guess Coach gonna check it.
Yeah, I'll check it.
But it's like everybody is upgraded. So it's like everybody got in the words of PG, everybody got a hell game right off the top, off the muscle, you know. So we excited, man. But Friday night, come on now, look at the selection, the pressure that the selection committee was under. Friday night, there's a lot of pressure now. What can the pressure of making sure you put people in the right, you know, location, make sure you get the right matchups, so that to get, you know, it's like when you watch the NCAA tournament, you know, some of the matchups they kind of line up for that region and for the you know for the appeal of it. That's what I'm looking for, the appeal of it. And so, what better appeal than Haines City, Lake Wells, Winter Haven, Arbondale? I don't really necessarily know what better you can get from that. And then the possibility that Haines City second round may see Haines City. Second round, you got a couple potential matchups. But Coach, I don't know if you can take yourself out of it, but what is your take on the field as a whole now that we've released the bracket? I know you got two vested interests in the
Coach, it's gonna be, this year is gonna be a lot more challenging. It's gonna be a lot more matchups that are closer, like you said. Like the late region squad is the one that I'm most interested in, with both Capers brothers playing on there and another couple guys that they mentioned that's playing for late region. I think they're gonna be pretty tough. I'm curious about the Haines City 2002 squad, because that was 22 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
22 years ago. So I hope they have the legs. I know they have the will, and they definitely still got your boy ranked. But
Rank, coach. You got a rank, you got a chance, right?
yeah, you got ranked, you got a chance. But I think it's gonna be more so that they have enough people and legs for them. But coach, I think this year it's loaded. It could go a lot of places. Kathleen, as you say, done loaded up. Arvindale has loaded up. Winter Haven has definitely loaded up. So I think it's gonna be a fun time, coach. It's gonna be a family reunion. Of course, I'm biased in this. I've seen the roster that Lante put together. They're gonna be tough again. Um, it's gonna be tough, coach. I still like Lake Wells though.
And like, well, coach, you supposed to, coach. That's who you supposed to rock with. But I saw Lante the other day. Like, man, it don't. And Coach Brent said we not gift wrapping Hayes City to the next round. We're just saying the potential. So Coach Brentson is representing Lake Woods 2014. We're not sizing y'all by any means, sir. No disrespect. But I wonder about the Lake Wells squad, and I know this gonna be bulletin board for Volante. Not like you need any, because you saw the other day he came out he just came out firing. Because how some people just shoot and then they wait till the smoke clear and see who they hit. He got like it's whatever. That's how he feel. They ain't losing no game, and so Polk just you do the eye emoji like okay, and he put some thing about notes or something, some emoji. So then PG jumped in. PG, okay, that's how you feel. So he tagged some of the Kathleen guys. And Lante like, who you tagging? I don't care. I don't see none of them care. I'm like, okay, that's how you feel. Take it how you want to take it. Oh, okay. So that's one day. The next day, Chris Perry from Bartow say he coming through, and Coach Collins, I guess they gonna need you to pull up Friday night, Coach. See your squad. They might need you to sit out on the bench and run the press. Make sure they got the rotation still. See if they still remember it. But yeah, he said he just gonna roll up and down. I guess he injured. He said he gonna be on this thing and he just gonna be going up and down the court. We gonna see PC Gridiron because they coming and they asked us. Tell you how it went. They asked could they get in. We were like, well, y'all already got a squad. And Haynes said, yeah, we want to do just our squad. We just want to do the state squad. Well, we already did the bracket. So if you're going to do something, we need to know something by the day. So then PG was like, no, we need to know something like 6 o'clock. Dude texted like 5 minutes later, what's the cash out? What's the whatever? Dude dropped it 5 minutes later. So however Haynes City feel, they feel how they feel with that 2002 squad. So they must know something. So that squad has to impact the squad from last year because some of them guys played on that squad. And then you got the question of, since you got two Haynes City teams, who coaches? Ampo, Milk, Coach Collins. I mean, I know Coach Collins probably want me to put him in there, but hey, that's your squad. So, I mean, you linked to them for forever. Then the Lake Wells squad, from what we understand, the Capers brothers are making a return to home to Lake Region. So how does that impact? And I guess you saw the squad roster, so clearly Lante don't think it impacted them at all. But losing both of them,
they long, coach. They like real long. I was looking at it. If all those people play, they like 6'8", 6'6", 6'6", 6'7", 6'5", and that's just some of them. And if Brandon been tearing it up overseas, coach. Yeah. And like I said, that roster, with all the people, like I told Lance, it's more of a marathon than a sprint. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can like come in and win like one game or two, but you got to be in it for the long haul. And we seen that happen at the end of last year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious, are people going to have enough legs in order to finish it? You're going to have people that's going to come off the bench and be willing to contribute.
So and that's the thing about basketball that's different. You got to have some strategy, coach. You got to have strategy when you coach in high school and travel ball. Fast forward to something like this, you jump out and you be a front runner on Friday, and by Saturday night you might be on three. You might be on three wheels in a flat if you ain't careful. So as I'm looking at some of these teams, I see the strategy is we got to load up because it ain't about coming in here with 7, 8 guys ain't gonna be realistic for you to be able to win with the talent that's gonna be lining up for all the teams. So you gotta have about 15, 16 guys because guys gonna need a break. I don't care how, like you talk about the girl squad, the latest squad from the gold squad. I mean, they just got done playing ball, so they probably might be the most I guess across the board in shape group. But there's a lot of teams that got guys that's still playing. So, But even with that, that's a lot of games, a lot of times up and down the court over the course of the weekend. So I think a lot of teams they didn't take the 8 is great strategy. They took load up as many as we can load up, and we'll figure it out once everybody show up type deal. Now, we haven't gotten everybody's roster yet, so please make sure you send your roster just for the sake of, making sure we keep integrity. Because that 5 year, dropping it from 10 to 5, everybody wasn't a fan of that. So we want to make sure we don't want nobody, still with eligibility running around. Like, for example, we shouldn't see Walt pop up on Lake Wells squad or Bartow squad because, although he tried to get in the game last year, we were like, no, bro, you got too much more to do with it. But we, get the point. We want to make sure that we being kind of consistent. So 5 years out, anything 5 years out, you want to throw in your squad, that's on you. We just want to kind of eyeball it. So we want to make sure that we are, being fair. And once it's fair, they throw the ball up and you go for what you know, just like we used to do. Once again, all games at Polk State College starting on Friday. We're in there all day Saturday. We finish up on Sunday. We will have a men and women's champion. It is double elimination for both sides. The high school showcase will take place. The scheduled game time is 5:20 on Saturday evening. So 5:20 will be the time for the showcase. And like I said, we'll post that tomorrow for the young men. Give them what we give them? Week and a half to out of respect, if you decide you don't want to do it or can't do it, schedule conflict, give us time for some of those other guys. Like I said, we invited 30 because, most, but we got about 6 more of them that, kind of like right there too. So we want to give all as many of the young men a chance to come showcase if they choose to, right? Because at the end of the day, we about, showcasing for the kids now in the programs now, but we also about the ones that have come before us. So once again, if you're just tapping in, number 1 overall seed is Lake Wells. The Lake Wells that won last year, just on the men's side. Number 1 overall seed on the women's side is LBD Blue, the Auntie Squad. Not my terminology for it, so please, ladies, don't come for me. 2 seed on the men's side is Kathleen. 2 seed on the women's side, Bartow. 3 seed on the men's side is Bartow, and then LBD Gold. And then the 4 seed on the men's side is Haines City. Friday night, Fort Meade versus Jenkins. I saw where Ahmad said he liked Jenkins by a lot that first game. I saw Fort Meade's roster. I don't know most of them people on Fort Meade team. That don't mean they can't play because but they did. They have a full roster though, so be interested to see kind of who they come with. They play Jenkins the first game. Second game is Lake Region with the Capers brothers. I'm very interested to see who Lakeland puts on their squad this year. I know last year they were kind of disappointed with themselves, and they vowed that they would be better. Same thing with Jenkins. So Jenkins and Lakeland would be interested to see who they roll out because both squads felt like that they will upgrade. They will be better this year than they were last year. Then we got the first latest game, LBD Gold Bartow, game 3. Then game 4, Haines City State Squad 2002 versus Lake Wells 2014. And then the nightcap, we have Winter Haven versus Arbondale. Once again, all roads lead to Polk State College. appreciate the college letting us come in and being the host site for the tournament, for the weekend, for the family reunion, for the get together, for the kickback. You know, they got all these different words they call it now, Coach. So whatever you call it, that's what we are.
But Coach, it's definitely a family reunion, man. It's amazing the energy and the support that we got last year, and that's hats off to Polk County. It was people that came from out of state, to come to this particular tournament, and it will be nothing without the people that watch this show. You know what I'm saying? You guys make this show more so than us. We want to let you guys know that we appreciate that support, and we appreciate you guys, and y'all the reason why we do it. For these young people. But at the same time, let's keep it as a family reunion. We want to make sure that we're able to put this on every year. So let's come in and we can be competitive. We can talk junk. I love it. The teams going back and forth, but let's just keep it, where it's at, and just come here. We're gonna have a good time. Keep it peaceful and just keep it moving, so we can continue to have this event every year.
Keep it peaceful, good vibes, great energy, great competition, and a good time. That's what we're trying to do.
That's
so
right.
Now on the men's side, the rules are a little different. So we want to go over them now. We will post them a couple more times before the actual tournament starts. But it's running clock, just like in the summer league rules, until the last 4 minutes of the second half. Now, well, first of all, if a team gets up by 20, you at least get to play the first half. But if it's just like, man, there's women and children in here, we go if we got to make a decision to call it, we'll make a decision to call it, man. But if the game is competitive, at the last 4 minutes, we're gonna stop the clock. These are rules that we adapted from the tournament, the men's tournament that they do nationwide. That the champion ends up on what they win like $1 million, $2 million, something like that. End up on TV. So we TBT. So we kind of adapted. So as we dealing with men, we kind of thought this would be a nice little twist. So at the 4 minute mark, the clock will stop. And say if let's just say it went Fort Meade Jenkins, so that's the first game. If Jenkins got 60 and Fort Meade got 55, we're going to add 8 points to Jenkins. So we'll add 60. It'll be 68. And then the first team to either get to 68 or the time runs out wins the game. Okay, so it benefits the team that's kind of been, winning the whole game. All right, so that's kind of the first thing as far as time goes, as far as the game goes. Now, we do 1 for 2. So, like if you shoot and you get fouled, it's an and one. We're not going to shoot the free throw. We just get the point. We do 1 for 3. So if you're shooting a 3-pointer, you get fouled at the shooting, you make it, you get the point. So that's just kind of keeps the game going. It'll be 2 timeouts for the game. We'll have 5 to 7 minute warm up, 3 to 5 minute halftime. Loser bracket game, and it'll be 20-minute halves, 2 20-minute halves for the winners bracket. Loser bracket goes down to 15 minutes. You got to get beat twice to be out of the tournament. So say if you don't win on Friday night, you're not automatically out of the tournament. You just gotta play more games to work your way back into it. All right. But once again, we'll post all these rules and stuff on the page and the schedule on the page as well. So, Coach, you got Lake Wells winning it all because you have seen their roster. I know they're keeping it. And the thing about it, as long as one of us has seen it, it's fine. So if you've seen it and they want to keep it under wraps, then that's fine. But we just want to make sure that everything is on the up and up. Yeah. And you show up and go for what you know and kind of go from there. So any last thoughts, Coach? One question before we go, Coach. Hey, I had the question. Let me see if I can look it up.
All right, but I'll go while you do that. Just okay. A few things, like those rules are, what we're going by. Anybody that's violating that, guys, y'all forfeit, y'all place in the tournament. We, like I said, we trying to keep the integrity of the tournament and make sure that we keep this going, year in and year out. Again, shout out to Coach B. Giles and Polk State College for hosting us. Um, Coach extended the invitation to the TNJ Network. You guys have an ongoing invitation as long as we put this tournament on. I also want to invite Coach Ray Davis. He does a great job with his youth network. We would love for you to be a part of this experience. So we are formally inviting you here on the show to come out and be a part of this experience. And also, I want to let everyone know that we got an anonymous donor basically saying that he will donate the most outstanding player from the girls and boys side at the end of the tournament. So, and also that proceeds will be going to the Polk Hoops scholarship that we just established that we'll be giving out at the end of next year to some deserving young man or young lady that's playing ball. So just know that we're trying to do what we do best, and it's all for these young people. So just know that we're raising money for this scholarship fund that we just started.
So, and then also, as far as concessions go, we'll have 100% of proceeds will go to the young ladies who did it last year. We don't take last year. We didn't get 1 cent from the concession stand. I didn't even ask what they made. I don't even care. It's a fundraising thing for them. You all know the work they do, how they go all around the country, how they represent Polk County at the highest level. It really, to me, is a no-brainer. So if we can help, because that's what we're here to do. We're in the kid business. We're here to help. So if we can help them get to a couple more competitions, pay for a couple more flights, pay for a couple more hotel rooms, and we all for it. And that's I know it's plenty other. So we end up turning down food vendors, not because we're trying to be difficult, not because we're trying to, be, buttholes about it, but because we're trying to do what we say we're going to do, which is spotlight and help programs to help youth. And so if it's 5 food trucks outside, the likelihood that they're going to make the money that they could potentially make goes down substantially. But if they're the only show in town, if you want to get in your car and go down the road, that's fine. But this is all for kids. That's all we are ever about. So we're gonna always make sure. Obviously, the PG is connected to TBS. Obviously, I'm connected to TBS. But at the end of the day, that's what it's about. We're gonna always support the babies at the end of the day. And those ladies, they work hard, and so Mike
is 5 years out.
It's 5 years, Coach Monty. Monty, I don't know if you was on the team on the show, man, but I asked Coach earlier what was the moment that you knew you kind of could coach a little bit, and I told him that my Tyrell say, well, TNJ say watch your mouth. TNJ say watch your mouth, Mike, about them BCU colors. But Coach Monty, I was telling them about the squad that we had. We had them 7 guards when we won state, and nobody gave us a chance. But how we were able to go out and knock them people off. That was when I was like, this coaching thing might be a little something to it. So Coach Monty we coached together with that squad. So that's why. So shout out to Coach Monty. Want to make sure give him his flowers too.
Also, tickets are available right now on polkhoops.com. You can go ahead and buy your tickets right now.
And we just want y'all to, like we say, come show out, have a good time, man. We are very excited. We just excited with the energy of it, with the competitiveness of it, how people, and it used to be a thing, back in the day, was it at the Rec in Winter Haven, then it became the T-Mac in Arbondale. You used to always look forward to that basketball tournament in the summer where everybody came and just hung out, had a good time, no matter what city you was from. Like you said, Coach, you didn't come in, you weren't beefing, even if you was beefing. When you came there, it's kind of like it was like neutral. It was like, okay, we're gonna leave that mess alone, at least while we're here. And so that's what we feel like we've recreated. And Coach, I know you said last year. I don't even know if I could speak honestly about myself. I don't think I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect what happened. It far exceeded, even to the point where you was like, Coach, we gotta get them upstairs so we can split the gym. I'm like, no, Coach, this energy that they got, we'll just figure it out. We'll just be in here. And because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we always doing it for y'all. This ain't for us. So the fact that you guys are pouring into it like this, we just very excited. We're very excited and humble to be able to, to provide the venue and the setup for you. So once again, we will post the brackets tomorrow. We'll post the invite list tomorrow on the page. Young men, y'all tap in with us if you are going to participate. If you ain't, then that's fine as well. So, Coach, the last question, I found it. Is it more important? What's more important, credibility or going viral?
Coach, that's easy for me. I think it's credibility, if you ask me, because the way I was raised, and I'm sure you guys had the same upbringing, just being a man of your word, being dependable, having your name mean something. Just that respect factor is it's more meaningful to me than having this one moment of going viral, because you could go viral for a good thing, you could go viral for a bad thing. Who chooses that? You don't. It could be for something. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's definitely about credibility, because at the end of the day, I want y'all to say that I cared about kids. I poured my heart, soul, and time and attention into these kids, and just have my legacy means something once I'm gone, that people are still talking about me and the work that I put in.
Okay. So, all right, as y'all see, we got a guest host, ain't a guest host, but tapping in from one of his many places. All right, he ain't ready yet. So, so Coach, credibility and being viral. So some people say they want to be credible, but in this, I guess I'm asking because I saw this. I watched the Cam Newton podcast of the day episode interview with Shannon Sharp. And he asked him that question, like, what's more important? Because, Shannon Sharp done just kind of like took off.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you got some people now questioning his credibility because they're saying essentially he's kind of sold his soul to be viral with how he's kind of moving and operating. So Cam Newton asked him that question. It's a really good podcast. Both of them do a good job, but he was like, what's more important to you at this point? Because you're at that point where you have to make that decision. What you saying gonna be credible because you got so many people, looking at you, or is do you want to be credible and taken, one way, or do you want to be viral? Can you do both? Can you be credible and go viral?
You can do both. I think Unc is smart, Coach. Unc is very smart. If you notice that he's not taking sides or anything like that, he's just giving those people a platform in order to share whatever it is that they have on his mind. And he gas it up, Coach. He gas everything that they got going up. So it's really not him, doing, like the Cat Williams thing. Cat Williams was talking about them people. He just used Unc's platform in order to do it. It's not like Unc was siding with him. He just has a platform for it to go viral.
To go and grow.
Yeah, so I think Unc is smart in how his stance on this. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not him. It's just his platform for it to go viral. I think he's still credible about the things that he has going on.
Okay. All right. Well, PG, you ready? You ready, PG? No, you still
There's
ain't
so
ready?
much going on, bro. I can only listen.
Okay. All right. Well,
bro, if you can, man, let us know the lineup for the alumni weekend that you got going on.
I'll try to give you the layup for you to do your thing real quick, but if you can't do it, we'll just tell them to check the page, about what's going on outside of.
Oh, okay. Friday night after the game, we're gonna be doing the kickoff party at Coach on First. And then Saturday after the Saturday games, we'll be at Empire. We're partnering with the Raw J Entertainment and Stunner D Promo with the car show and trying to bring everybody in the whole county together for the Saturday for the official after party of the game.
We appreciate you, PG, man. We know you. We know you're busy, man. We know you. We know you rock and roll. Appreciate you dropping in with the chain and the
Not the chain, man. Why you gonna throw the chain out there?
Hey, man, everybody
What
can
y'all
see
been talking about? I like
Hey.
Kathleen, man. I'm with Kathleen this year.
Okay, well, there it is. That's what we've been talking. We've been talking alumni. We dropped the lineup for Friday night. PJ Turner say we wrong for getting them Winter Haven the first game Friday
They
night.
scared already?
Huh?
We trying to pack the house.
Yeah, he said we wrong for that. And so
they team sorry or something?
No, the roster he sent out, they done loaded up. They upgraded.
Well, one Winter Haven and Auburndale pretty much sorry last year. Like lost both their games.
No, Auburndale was all right.
Auburndale, Winter Haven, it was rough for Winter Haven last year.
Auburndale was all right.
Auburndale probably won one game. That's it, man.
Bro, they just didn't have enough legs. Then BG got hurt too.
So. Exactly. So them playing each other, they were both sorry teams. Hey man, tough in the streets. We don't know what they got this year, but last year they were sorry.
He sent it to PJ. Sent the roster this morning. I'm gonna send it to y'all. They upgraded some. They got some guys that can play a little. I ain't gonna say them other guys couldn't play. They got guys that play basketball. Let me say it that way.
Hey man, the thing about the tournament, man, is getting guys in there that can play, so your legs don't burn out. That's the thing. Get you enough players that can play.
And we talked about that.
Yeah.
So you like Kathleen and Coach like Lake Wells.
I knew that. That's why I liked the Kathleen, because I knew he was gonna like Lake Wells. I liked the Lake Wells last year.
Lake Wells got some personnel changes, but Coach said he done saw the lineup, he done saw the roster, so he still feel good about them, even with what they done lost, what they can bring it in.
So for real?
What do you say?
Yeah, man. Brandon's supposed to play. Peanut's supposed to come and play. Right. Peanut is a safe eater.
And Brandon and Peanut, and that's what I said to PG. I said when Lante came for PG on the post, I say he must got Brandon and Dominique and all them guys playing the way he popping off, man. Yeah, he must have got some other guys. He popping off like he knows something we don't know.
Oh yeah, had to.
Yeah,
Totally with me.
That makes sense. So he said he got Brandon and Peanut. So what? Peanut
he got Brandon. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah,
that changed everything.
Changed a whole lot, don't it? And then PJ 6'10", 6'11", and 7'8" wingspan. Yeah.
Yeah, that changed a lot to have both of them.
Yeah. I don't think they're sleeping on Lake Region. I know PG.
Not at all.
PG like Lake Region. He like what?
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I love Lake Region.
It'll be a real tough out.
You don't got sense. Yeah, I love Lake Region too.
Oh, you going with family Mike, so it don't matter who, long as family playing.
All day. I'm around with Tuma. Yeah.
Team Tuma.
Till the wheels fall off.
And we'll once we get the name of the kids that kind of commit to the team, then off the air the guys will pick their team and we'll post them also. I
think Kathleen made to his championship game last year and they ain't really had nobody.
So everybody, we was talking about how many teams upgrade their roster. Like people, I mean, we hadn't seen we hadn't seen all of them. We hadn't seen like Lakeland and Jenkins yet, but pretty much everybody else done upgrade their rosters significantly. So
I think us reducing it down to 5 years has made it better. I think it brings more value. More to the tournament.
Everything. It should bring an audience, everything. That was big. That was big for us to make that adjustment.
Yeah, definitely.
But them old guys gonna tie out, man. They weren't gonna last.
Yeah, especially you talking about a whole weekend too.
A whole weekend, bro.
That wasn't gonna work.
All of us should have a good squad though.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to y'all when we get out there. I'm gonna send you what he sent.
They got Keon.
Yeah, Keon on there.
Auburndale gonna be tough.
Yeah. Keon's lining up, and we know Keon a walking bucket, so and he still plays.
He still plays.
Yeah, that's the whole problem right there.
Yeah. So they got some guys that still playing. Well, they've got some guys that still playing. So it's gonna be some talent. And that's what we're excited about, the talent that's gonna be in there, and the way guys is going at each other. So feel pretty good.
Yeah, you get them guys, them young guys, you can get the flyers. You can go to that side right there. You can get flyers made for all those guys like I did for McGill. Highlight the teams and stuff.
So, like when Coach told them that tickets available now on polkhoops.com, so y'all tap in, pull up, man, and support. So we'll post all this stuff tomorrow on the page, man. But
definitely, we'll give you information about as soon as we can about how you can donate to the scholarship fund. And like I said, we're trying to build our brand. It started with Coach Barnes' idea, and it's taking off from there. Like I said, we got other events and everything in the making. We're looking at a coaching clinic and shootout in September, and we also looking at our crying towel in November. Is it November? No, in October.
Hey, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I just want to jump in, dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, boss, man.
We're looking at our crying towel at the end of October, so we definitely trying to build our brand and make this and try to improve, our coaches and our players that are here in the county.
And the thing about it, Coach, we hear a lot. I know you hear a lot more than I do because you're out there, you're active with the girls. That you go to other counties and people know what we doing and they so appreciative and they like, man, we wish we had something like this where we at. And so we're also fortunate enough that we think we're in a space where we can possibly expand to one or two, different counties just to kind of because once again, programs need help and exposure and to be celebrated more than just Polk. But Polk will always be home. Polk will always get priority. We're always going to make sure that Polk kind of taken care of because that's the whole point of starting it, to make sure we're getting the coverage that our guys, our programs and kids wasn't getting. But we're very fortunate and blessed to be in the position that we in and where we feel like we're going with it. So we appreciate y'all tapping in and rocking with us, man. Like I say, we will post all of this stuff tomorrow on the page. It's official with the seeds. It's official with the schedule. And we just got, after the day, we had 19 days, tick-tock till 5 o'clock. Fort Meade and George Jenkins, y'all are now, what they say, on the clock. Fort Meade, Jenkins, y'all officially on the clock. And Lake Regional Lakeland, y'all on deck. All right. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Y'all be safe this week. Till next time, Polk Hoops. We out.